Hey everyone, it's your girl Janae. I'd like to welcome you back to my channel, Nay's Nail Nook. I am showing you my right hand that I did before I started this video, and I was going to show you my left hand. I was going to do it the same. I tried to do it different. I actually ended up not liking the way this entire set looked. So first I'm going to show you my new dapping dish. I love the fact that it's an 8-point crown, and the other cool thing about this is that you can use the sides of the crown to rest your brush on them and relieve some of that, any excess, whether it be alcohol, slip solution, whatever you have in your dish, or to drain your brush, especially for acrylics. I was using a size 8 acrylic brush, just practicing acrylic a couple of weeks ago, and this dapping dish was perfect for that. So when you need to drain your brush, it's really easy to just muddle it up against the side and let your liquid drain out. Yeah, I'm really loving this dapping dish. Go ahead and I pour some more acetone in my soaking dish because I did soak off my left hand as well, so I'm excited because I get to show you my first peelies because I am trying to get my nails healthier, and so now that I have my soaking dishes, this is going to help that. You can see the bio builder gel that I had on my fingers prior to doing this set, so it was actually pretty hard to get off. It took me a really long time of soaking this, so I eventually went in and I filed the extra product down first, almost down to where I could just see a very thin clear line, and it ended up working really well and finally came off. So I'm going to go over some of the things that I'll be using today. Was the clear bio builder gel again, the Makartt false nails, so I'm using full coverage tips today, and of course I'm using my wonderful new Apove cuticle pusher to scrape off the product, and also my Model 1's nail dehydrator and primer, and I use this Purple Beetles gel polish which is absolutely beautiful. Highly recommend that kit. It's called Grapevine. The set is called Grapevine. It's just really pretty. I love all of the colors in it. I didn't swatch them for you, but I'm also going to use my Model 1's mini lamp. Since I was using the Makartt tips in today's video, I also went ahead and used the Awesome Color base coat and top coat system. I'm also going to be using the Color Success that is in their True Queen set. That is one of the gel polish sets that I purchased directly from Makartt's website, and it's absolutely gorgeous as well. So now I'm going in, I'm scraping off all of the product now that I've had it soaking for a while. You can see how I mentioned before I was having a really hard time doing that, but after I filed it down, it did get a little easier and I didn't have to soak it as long. So I slow it down for you because this is my first peelie and I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, that is so satisfying and so cool how it all came off. So this is my other fun tip for this video, is that similar to how the edges of files are really sharp and you can use a different file to file that edge so you don't cut yourself, I do the same thing with my sanding band. So this is a 240 sanding band. Excuse me, after I've scraped my nails, I'm going to go ahead and go in and try to remove the shine on the new growth that I had. So I was happy that my nails were able to finally grow out and stay healthy and not break off, so that bio builder gel definitely did its job. So shout out to Mia Secret. Going in and fitting the tips to my nails, of course. I want to make sure they fit sidewall to sidewall since these are full coverage tips. And after I'm done measuring from sidewall to sidewall, you'll also see me go in and I file around the edges to round them out because they are more square. So once they're rounded, they fit my thumbs perfectly, but the rest of my fingers, I have a more rounded cuticle. So once I get them down to their perfect fit, I go ahead and go on to the next step. Sometimes when you file tips, they leave like a little ridge, or the plastic doesn't separate from the tip all the way, so it files, it's like underneath. So you'll see me trying to pull all of that residue off, and I also like to try to get as much dust off as possible before obviously put it on my fingers so that it doesn't interfere or mess up the rest of the nail process. After I have all my tips fitted, I go in with my Model 1's nail primer because it's not acid free, and so it makes basically the inside of the tip sticky and I don't have to use my file. It just goes a lot faster. And of course, my number one way of keeping my nails on longer is after I put my dehydrator on, I go ahead and I put on 2 coats of primer. It doesn't matter what brand or what type of dehydrator primer I use. I always use 2 coats of primer to get my nails to last longer. Next part of the process is putting on base coat on my nails to adhere the false nails or the full coverage nails. So I put it on my regular nails first, and then I also put it on the inside of the false nails and flash cure it. It is really important to flash cure it, and another thing that I'll note is that if you press it on your nail and you don't have any air bubbles in between the nail and your natural nail, and then you take the tip off for any reason, it does tend to create even more air bubbles when you go to put it on because the base coat is no longer smooth. So I did find that out the hard way. You'll see me put a lot of rhinestones on to cover up all of my air bubbles later on. I also wanted to give a shout out to my man today because he showed me his cuticles, and you guys, he literally has like cuticles to die for. They're absolutely perfect. Like, he never pushes his cuticles back or anything, and they're so beautiful. I'm jealous, but you guys should also go ahead and check out his YouTube channel. He's Walt Real, and he does a lot of reaction videos. He's also a really great artist, so if you like or enjoy content like that, that is the perfect channel for you. So I slowed the video down a little bit here to show you what it looks like when you're applying the tip. You don't have to push it completely back to your cuticle. You can leave a little bit of a gap there. And also, you just want to make sure you put enough base coat in to cover your natural nail, and there aren't any air bubbles in the nail at that moment. And then I just go through the rest of the nails and do the same thing, but I didn't want to bore you guys, so eventually I do speed it up and just move on to the next process. After I have all of the nails on, I am ready to go in with Mia's Secret Bio Builder Gel in a bottle. Now, I did file the nails again to rough up the surface, and then I put another layer of base coat to get the builder gel to stick to the tip itself, because I just wanted that extra. I didn't want any lifting from the tip or from my nails. So this builder gel in a bottle is so amazing. Like, I absolutely love this stuff. 1 or 2 coats get you a pretty thick nail. I didn't want to just leave it as the tip because then it would just leave you with the thickness of the tip and easily pop off, or it would hurt really bad when you were trying to do things or just go about your regular activities because there isn't any thickness to it. So after a couple coats of the builder gel in a bottle, I feel like it's thick enough. The cool thing about using full coverage tips as well that I noticed is that it's already a decent shape, and it just looks really nice. You don't have to worry about filing and doing any extra shaping because the tip already does that for you when it's full coverage. So you'll see me go in with this Beetles gel polish, and I loved this sparkly color. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. I have to give a shout out to Beetles and Model 1s because anything that they have that includes glitter is just awesome. I also went in and now I'm using that color Success that I mentioned in the beginning of the video by Makartt, because I thought I was going to try and do ombre nails with gel polish and use a brush to complete the ombre, and it turns out that didn't work. You'll see me go in about 3 or 4 times. I cure in between each time I add polish, and it's just, I don't know. It wasn't working out for me, but I still ended up doing it on all of my fingers, or the remaining fingers outside of my index I don't know. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And the whole time I was doing this video or recording this, I was like, I kept thinking of rap songs like Thicky Thick Girl by Nelly because my nails looked super thick after I put all of that gel polish on them and everything. So then when I was putting my bling on, it reminded me of like the Big Timers, or you know, every time I come around the city, bling bling. Like that's just how I feel. And I'm always a little extra, so, and I'm a very musically inclined person, so anytime I do something or somebody says something, I can just think of a song right off the top most of the time. See, they can't even claim copyright on my rapping skills because it's my own version. So yeah, these are my Thicky Thick girls right here. Gosh, they look awful. So the next day, yeah, I went ahead and filed everything off. I absolutely could not stand those nails. They were too thick. They were too much. But I did go in with a little bit different process today. So you'll see a different Bio Builder gel color. I used the Perfect Pink instead of the clear. I did a few more layers of that after I filed everything off. And then I went in with Success again. But this time I'm just going to do more of a natural French nail. I just have a little bit of alcohol in my Dap and Dish, which thankfully it's so inexpensive. I actually bought a huge box of like 12 bottles of alcohol off of Amazon because I also use it on polygel. It's a great way to clean up gel polish. I really enjoy using alcohol, but you'll see me pat my brush even after I get it out of the Dap and Dish and I've drained some of the liquid, because I don't want it to marble my gel polish. I just want to use it to clean up the edges, so I don't want it to have too much liquid in there. So instead of just waiting until the end to do all the bling, because I wanted to get the top coat on these nails as soon as possible, I am going in with my Moravan rhinestone glue and applying it. You'll also see me move the glue around with one of my tools because I don't want it too thick, but I want it thick enough to where the rhinestones sit in there. Sometimes if it's too thick, then it will basically encapsulate your rhinestone, and then that takes the shine away from the rhinestone. So, and I really don't like that look. But I did have a lot of fun creating and doing new or trying new designs with these rhinestones. I only gave myself 2 options, which were the smaller ones and then the medium size, because otherwise I could have spent all day trying to come up with different designs for these. I really enjoyed what I did on the thumbnail, which I didn't include in the video because I was just trying different things, trying to see what look I was going for. So I did my thumbnail first, but the set overall ended up looking really adorable, and I missed my pink and white, so that's what I went with today. So here I'm showing you how I'm applying the base coat and then how I go in with the builder gel in the bottle, because for most of my index and my middle finger I was out of frame, and I was kind of upset with myself about that because on the second day I wasn't really obviously paying attention to where my hand was compared to my camera. The first day went really smooth, but of course I didn't like those nails, so it is what it is. But yeah, so this is the base coat, and then after I cure that, I just go in with a few layers of the Mia Secret builder gel in a bottle, and it just turns out really nice. It just adds a little extra color to your natural skin tone or your natural nail bed color, and I absolutely love that. The other thing about having the full coverage tips on is that when you're using gel, it did not burn your fingers, or you didn't get that burning sensation, because it's like you had that barrier there, and that was really nice as well. And here is more of my rhinestone application. So obviously I'm My hand was also out of focus for this hand as well, and I also did my right hand off camera, so I don't know, it was just easier to do it that way, but this was a good shot of me applying the rhinestones again. I also wanted to add that if you see me using my rhinestone katana and wiping it on my hand, it's because I probably got rhinestone gel glue on it. Since it's wax, it already kind of leaves this grimy looking stuff on the rhinestones every once in a while, and I want them to be as shiny as possible, so I don't want to get any glue unknowingly on top of the rhinestone. So if I feel like there's glue on it, then I'll take either the end that I'm using now or the wax end, and I will wipe it on my hand or in between my fingers to get all the extra glue off. I honestly wouldn't recommend wiping the product on your hands, or where I should actually probably start wearing gloves so that way I don't get any allergies or develop any dermatitis or anything from getting these products on my skin. But once again, I would like to thank everyone for stopping by and watching this video. I'm going in and applying my top coat, getting ready to finish off the set, so I'll show you some still shots. I actually took them outside today, and these rhinestones are very, very pretty. I used AB rhinestones, and I don't even like AB rhinestones, if that tells you anything. So I also left the thumb on my right hand purple because I just really liked the way that that thumb turned out with the gel polish, so I just went ahead and left it and added some rhinestones to that as well. And during the original recording on my right hand, my sparkly nail came off that same day. I don't know what it is about Makartt's foundational things, like their base coat and also like their dehydrator and primer and things like that, but my nails continuously pop off when I use their foundational products. But their gel polish, their poly gel, all of their other products work wonderful. They're great, they're gorgeous, including their decorations and things that come in their kits. Glitters, super beautiful. Would highly recommend their kits.